Welcome back to Now or Never. We have the champ right here, UFC Featherweight champ, Alexander Volkanovski. There he is.
What an entrance.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Not as cool as Bruce Buffers.
Yeah, that was good, mate. Yeah, hey.
You like carrying that around?
Not bad. Yeah, I do. Here we go. That's why I always get my coach actually to carry that around.
You shine that up?
It's heavy, man.
Is it?
It's heavy.
How much does it weigh?
I don't know. We don't know. What do you reckon? Yeah, see?
That's like 12, 15 pounds
Yeah,
right
is that
there.
what you do curls with?
Hey, I just done a little party pump before I come in, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Congratulations,
Speaking
man.
of which, how's the hand doing?
The hand's doing good. The hand's doing much better. I'm back to full training now. I'm, it's just, man, it feels good. So my last week was the first week of me, wrestling, grappling. I was even sparred. Done everything and it pulled up fine. So
Is that how you test something like that?
Well,
you just have to get in the ring and do it. Get in the octagon and do it.
I guess so. So that I didn't even get the okay from the doctor before I'd done that. I come back from Auckland after the boys fought in UFC Auckland, and then I just started training. Assumed that it felt well, and I thought it's been like 10 weeks. It should be fine.
Well, I'm glad
and
to
then
hear
I seen
that.
him after, and he said, "No, it's good. It's
Nice.
fine."
So you beat Max Holloway, you get the belt. How has life changed for you, man?
Man, again, he was a great champion. To do that, it's a lot of people, obviously showing me a lot of respect for something like that. He was a great champion, great fighter. But life has changed. Again, I'm me, and I always will be me. I'm going to be daddy, when I get home. Win the belt one day, I get home, and I'm daddy the next. I'm still that, heavyweight front rower that you used to see as well back in the footy days. And, I'm exactly who I was, but now I carry a shiny belt.
Right, and you're going to be carrying it UFC 251. Will you be ready by then? That's, what, June 6th?
June 6th, yes it is. That's obviously the plan.
At home for you?
Well, that's what I want. Why wait an extra month and fight somewhere else when I could defend the belt in Australia?
How nice would that be? Home field?
Exactly right. I'm sure the Aussies, the fans would appreciate that. Their only champion to defend it there on home soil. And again, we don't know who it is, but obviously Max's name is getting thrown around. And if I do fight it, it probably will be him. And, I think that's the biggest fight in our division. I think that's the biggest fight for me. And I just think it's the biggest fight for UFC. So, and Australia.
You think he deserves the rematch anyway,
well, look,
right?
yeah, he's, I'm a pretty humble, respectful guy. And I know he's done great things in the division, even though I think I won pretty convincingly all 5 rounds. A lot of people are going to have that argument with me as well. But at the same time, I did say that I would give him the rematch because he's a great champion, and I think he does deserve it. And there's no one else, so I don't think there's anyone else. The guys in the division had their chance to try and defend, to try and fight, and then put themselves in the #1 position, but they didn't. So I think the early fight for me probably is Max. So we don't know yet, but
When you look around divisions that are a little heavier, a little lighter, anyone you want to fight?
well, if Henry Cejudo keeps running his mouth...
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Do you want to see if you missed what Henry Cejudo
let's
said
check it
about
out.
you? Take
What's
a look
he
at
got
this.
to say? What's he got to say?
And here we go. My next opponent after Jose Baldo is I want to go after that overgrown midget, Alexander Volkanovski. So if you're watching this, you're the next to bend the knee to Triple C.
Now, is that true? Are you the next to bend your knee to Triple C? What goes through your mind when you hear that?
Man, look, man, again, he's the king of cringe, and I just cringe when he does that, you know what I mean? So, it's, look, good on him. He's claiming the whole cringe thing. Good on him. But again, come fight time, if he is in the cage across from me, he's going to regret calling me out real quick.
Now, when you see him, talking smack like that, does that make you want to just smack him a little more?
Look, man, making him lose is what really hurts him, you know what I mean? So if that fight does happen, go out there and then just embarrass him in there. But at the same time, if he does go down, you might have to cop another extra sneaky one straight after, even though I know it's over.
A little extra.
If that does happen, at what weight would it happen? Would you drop weight? How would that go?
Man, I reckon I could drop weight.
Yeah?
I reckon I could do it, but right now I enjoyed the holidays and this injury, so it might take a while by the time I go to bantamweight. But look, man, I said I want to defend my belt, and I don't want to go chasing these types of fights.
Right, okay.
Obviously, he's calling me out, and if it does happen, I will take it. But right now, I got my focus on my division. Like I said straight after my fight, I'm going to be a great champion, just like the other guys that they defended the belt and done their duty as a UFC champion, and I'm going to do the same.
All right, let's talk about UFC 248 this weekend. You were there, right? You were back with Adesanya. Now, Adesanya, Romero, they were going at it. It started kind of slow, and the refs were like, "Hey, look, you gotta do something if we're going to score this fight." How do you feel about the ref? I guess instigating the fight.
Yeah, it is a tricky one. I guess I know. I figure that obviously the crowds carrying on how they were and stuff like that. So maybe that sort of made him think he had to say something. I have seen it before, like in boxing and stuff like that, but I've never seen it in UFC. So it was quite a shock. Obviously you can't hear what they're saying, but I had a rough idea what he would have been saying to him. But again, it's crazy. Obviously they're copping a lot of flack, which are they're copping a lot of. I was about to say the wrong word, but I won't swear on TV.
It's okay. Would that catch you off guard in the octagon if it was you fighting and the ref told you got to step it up?
Not really.
No.
I'll adapt. Maybe I will do, but I'm not. Again, at the same time, you got to realize Izzy's a champion. He can't go out there taking crazy risks. Obviously, Yoel Romero was just sitting there waiting for you to come in. I don't care. You can touch me, whatever. As soon as you commit, I'm throwing bombs.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Do you think Romero? I mean, he's the guy. He's the challenger. He needs to be the aggressor. No.
I believe so. I believe if you want to, they say if you want, you got to beat the champ to take the belt and stuff. It's not just that. It's, the champ shouldn't be taking all the risks. You know what I mean? Like if you don't think or you don't know if you're winning them rounds, go out and take it. You know what I mean? The first round started like that. You need to sit there and be like, all right, I need to step it up. But again, I'm not knocking Romero, but that's what I seen. I can see why Izzy was still that little bit hesitant. As
you were okay with that, with him not being as aggressive?
Even he said himself, he goes, maybe he's seen a little bit. He probably could have touched a few more times, but he just knew that Yoel was just literally waiting, staying perfectly still. As soon as you come this close to me, I'm throwing bombs, and I'm going to put on. So Izzy was trying to touch him, and just landing kicks and hoping he would start doing stuff, and he just didn't. But again, it's a tricky situation. But again, in that sort of situation, I don't think Israel should be the man taking all the risks.
When fans don't really like how the fight goes, does that affect the fighter? If you're fighting there, if you're in the octagon and the fans are not enjoying it, does that get in your head at all? Do you think Izzy comes out of this feeling a certain type of way?
I'm sure it will hurt. But I mean, again, his team and like we're all got his back, and we're all let him know that hey, it's not on you. You even had Dana White and a lot of people. Not only there's a lot of people knocking him, but there's a lot of people supporting him as well. So even Dana and some of the guys in the UFC. So it's just look, man, it's a tricky situation. These things, styles make fights, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are, they just want to see blood. They just want to see an absolute war. And at the end of the day, if you're the champion, you want to hold that belt and you want to have a legacy. You can't just go out there and risk it all just to be, just to put on a crazy show.
Let's talk about leg game, though. It's a big part of your game. Yep. Adesanya did get some good kicks in. Is that underrated? You had, 70 kicks in your victory against Holloway?
Yeah, I think that was a record in our division.
Right.
I thought I took the record in the whole UFC, but supposedly someone just beat me. I think I could be wrong.
So underrated?
Yeah, 100%. I think it definitely, breaking their rhythm. Obviously, we start from the feet up, you know what I mean? And if you chop the tree trunks, you know what I mean? It's hard to get moving. And especially for Max, again, I can't give too much away. There might be a rematch. But for Max, that was something that was a big part of my game. And for anyone, especially for someone like Yoel Romero, who's going to be wanting to drive, want to hit, really hard and go for the takedown wrestling, it's going to be very hard to put weight on that front leg.
Now,
and I assume if it's Max, you're not changing your game plan, right?
Well, I don't think I need to change too much.
No, earlier you said your daddy.
Yes.
Now, you saw the fight of the night, a lot of people say was the women's fight.
Yep.
You have two girls.
Yeah.
Would you ever let them pursue a world of mixed martial arts?
Man, when you put it that way, far out after you look, man, I love the sport. That's what people, obviously, there's a lot of people just want to be negative to the sport sometimes, but there are so many positives in this sport. Like I'm talking about discipline. You go to a gym, it's all about discipline. Even lifestyle, healthy eating, whatever it is, respect. That's what this sport is all about. It really is. And I'm more than happy for my girls to be a part of that. I believe it makes people better. They can really better themselves being in an environment like that and having them sorts of people around you. So I'm all for it. Again, that could happen in a car, you know what I mean, driving home.
Or you can always get them involved in your other love, rugby.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe rugby.
To be honest, I'd rather than fighting than rugby. Rugby can be pretty tough too.
All right.
Again, it made me a better person. And I've met nothing but great people in this sport, and I really do believe that some of the UFC fighters and that's some of the most respectful people. And I'll be proud to have my daughters fight. You know, I wouldn't say fight, do MMA. You know what I mean? Whatever it is.
Wow. All right. Well, hey man, best of luck. Take care of that hand.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right. We'll see you UFC 251. Alex Volkanovski, thank you for being here, man. We got more Now or Never next. Champ.
Yeah.